Oh, look at that. Howdy, howdy, folks. We are live to the two people watching here. I think it's just Mr. Tyler Crocker here. Glad you're here. We're going to be hanging out and planning this water park. So, first and foremost, it is getting ready to storm pretty bad. It looks like out my window here. So, if anything weird happens with the stream, you know what's going on. So, let's go ahead and jump in and just kind of see what's going on here with the water park land. It's about the same size as the adventure park, slightly smaller. Now we're looking at them side by side. I'll get this music turned up a little bit more. Let me know how that the audio sounds, Tyler, if you're still here. Should be pretty balanced, but who knows. But anyways, I want to go ahead and just kind of talk through what I'm going to do. I guess first, big celebration to the fact that the adventure park is finally done. Man, I'm excited to get that done and out of the way. I feel like I sat on this project forever, just didn't touch the game for a long time, and I'm extremely happy that it's out. Audio sounds good. Thanks, Tyler. I'm extremely happy that this project is done. So go check out that video if you haven't already, if you're watching this in the future. The whole park is done. Let me say that again. It's a big I'm very happy that it's done, is what I'm trying to say. One thing I didn't show off in the live stream, this is very silly, but not the live stream, but the actual video, was this part of the park right here. I'm weirdly proud of this. It has this protective net so people don't throw things out into traffic and cause the park to get sued. So I'm really happy with how this turned out right here. I have this baseball netting going up here, so it looks like a baseball field. A little silly, kind of a weird detail, but I like the way it turned out, so just wanted to show that off here real quick. But that's not why you're here. We're here for the water park. I have some ideas for the water park specifically. I can go ahead and pull them up on screen here. So the first main point of inspiration, if it's showing, let me make sure. It's my first time live streaming. Okay, yeah, we're good. So this is Daytona Lagoon. A while back, probably back in I think it was May of last year, I went to Daytona for work and passed by this water park several times. There's a lot of restaurants and such on the main strip here where my mouse is out. You can see the shell. There's a bunch of restaurants in here and ooh, thunder, nice. I remember kind of just liking the concept of this water park just in this suburban yet commercial area, being right across the beach. Obviously, if we could, have these kind of buildings in the game, I would. That's a lot to undertake. I'm probably not going to do that. But going back to the game real quick, that's Discord. Here's the game. There would be a lot of buildings through here and buildings through here if I, put that kind of energy into this. But we're just not going to do that. That's a little crazy. But going back to Google Earth here. This is the primary inspiration for this water park, or this part of the water park. So there's 3 different complexes. There's one that's on top of this barrier wall. We have this one over here. Yeah, it's just one slide with tubes. It's I guess it's kind of connected to this right here. Oh, what's up, Ryan? Welcome to the chat, man. No worries. I'm glad you're here. Hello, nice for stopping by. So we have one complex, I guess you can call it, next to this big ol' wave pool. We have a splash pad, and then we have this big ol' thing right here. So I've not been to this park, like I said, I've only driven by. It's pretty unique that there's another complex right here. I missed that one. It's tucked away at the go-karts. It is unique that there's this weird level. I'm guessing this is the water pumps and all that kind of stuff are kind of hidden away in here. Obviously the lazy river kind of flows underneath, so maybe that's what all of this is. Definitely water pumps for this is what I'm assuming, using my imagination. But all this park basically fits on 4 blocks of space. So we're dealing with a very similar amount of space. This is more this is probably roughly 4 blocks of space, given these aren't real proportions or whatnot, but we're dealing with a very similar amount of space is what I'm getting at. And I have one more example over here that I want to pull up. which this is another park in Florida, and very clearly Google Earth does not have up-to-date images. But from what I can see, we have this really huge lazy river being constructed, and it has a bridge right over it. So I'm thinking what would be really cool is if we have a lazy river on this side over here. So that's the first thing that's coming to mind. We're gonna have two different entrances. So we'll have, I'll go and get my terrain paint here, make this a little more interactive here. We're gonna have one entrance right here, kind of in this area, in the adventure park that will connect over here. And then we're gonna have, as my friends overseas will say, a car park right here, a small one. We're not gonna do another one of these parking garages. I could just copy and paste this, but I think I'm just gonna do like a drop-off point slash just like a little 20-car parking garage right here. And we'll have another ticket booth and entrance that will ride along right in here. So let's do compact dirt for building. So we'll do the entrance right there. This is the car park and all that kind of stuff. So I'm thinking, once again, I was talking about the lazy river here. Lazy river as an adult is my favorite thing too. I absolutely wish I had more lazy rivers in my life. I surprisingly like wave pools quite a bit, which is weird because I hate water. I've drowned 3 times in my entire life without dying. So you would think I would hate being in a wave pool, but I don't. So I'm thinking the lazy river, we'll make this bridge a little bit longer. So I'm thinking, let's see, get that in here. That'll be the bridge slash entrance. So I'm thinking the lazy river is gonna kind of just tuck in right underneath here. Do one of those guys. I'm not totally sure the layout yet. That's the thing of the lazy river, but I know it's gonna be in this general area. But we know it'll tuck in right in here. So another thing I'm thinking of while we're kind of in this conversation is the wave pool. So there's a couple options here. I want to have a couple backstage areas like this one right here. Over here, that will be a kind of a pump house for a wave pool, and then another one for nearby facilities. So I'm thinking I'm going to do a backstage area that kind of connects right here. That will be a pump house that is right in this area. And then we'll have a big old lazy river. Not lazy river. Wave pool. Big old wave pool in this area right here. Right at the front of the park. These might not be the proportions, but that's kind of what we're rolling with. That way, people can, relax and see the skyline of the adventure park, but also get a good view of the park on this way too. I might actually, I think I kind of want to turn this. See if I can undo all this real quick. It'll probably be faster for me just to erase it. I'm actually thinking I'm going to do this kind of thing right here. Let's see. Where do I want the pump house? It makes sense if the face of it was right here. So there's like a wall here, pump house here, and then here's the body of the wave pool. Proportion-wise, this might be kind of off. I think it'd probably be a little smaller than this, but we're just getting the general idea. So for pathing, you enter here, there'd be like a little entrance plaza right in here. I'm thinking we'll have buildings here. There'll be a place to buy bathing suits. There'll be changing rooms. Changing rooms right here, probably. Kind of connected, blocking us off here. And then we'll do like snacks and foods attached here, and they'll all be facing this area of the park. So we'll do a little pathway here. Can I connect it all? And then a little swoop by for this area for seating, that kind of stuff. We'll do some kind of, spacer right here to connect. Put some plants, all that kind of stuff. And then the lazy river might just have a connection point right in here. Might be the best move, I think. And who knows from there. So we're already kind of running out of room. I want to have at least two slide complexes. So maybe we do 2 different slide complexes Let's see, like we could do one right in here. Because this can kind of be where the pump house is at, and then this is the vertical point of where guests will enter. Have some kind of pool here for one slide, and then a pool over here for one slide. Now I'm thinking for the other one, we're going to put it right in here. So, I don't have a great huge plan yet as far as these slides go. Like, you know, I'm not totally sure exactly which ones I want to have. I know when I probably have a couple body slides that are, you know, more towered, and then definitely have some tubes. I want to have one big flume that has one of these. Like, for example, let's plop this down. I don't want this exact type where it has the, you know, like the launch pads and all that kind of stuff, the lifts, but I do want one of these bowls, I think. Let's just undo that. There's other examples in here I can show. We have that one, and then we have this thing, which is entirely too massive for what I'm imagining. It'll probably be more something to this scale. And now that I'm actually looking at the scale of this ride, it seems like we're gonna have a lot more room than I'm thinking. So that's a good sign. This thing's just so massive. And it's just ridiculous looking with these teeth. I don't think I'm gonna include that in here, but let's go ahead and undo that. Yeah, that gives me hope that we have a lot more room to play with. So I'm thinking we'll probably end up having slides kind of in this whole shape right here, and then this being, you know, being more the pools and that kind of stuff. And that's pretty much it. I mean, there's not much more to say here with this. Since Tyler, you're the only viewer watching this at the moment, what do you have any thoughts? What do you want to see? Floor drops out from underneath you. Let me see. I'm not sure if that's in this game or not. Let's see. We'll just try this guy right here. Just do a little plop here. I always love playing games when it's storming, because when I was a kid, I couldn't play games when it was storming, and now I feel like I'm invincible, and, you know, I don't think I'm going to get struck by lightning, so as a side note. It is nice and stormy here in my neck of the woods. I don't know about if it's storming where you're at, but... Alright, so as far as, like, weird elements for this ride goes... We have this one, which is... Here, I'll do an open-facing one, where you kind of go down the funnel and drop out, like kind of like that movie Flushed, if you've ever seen that one. That is one option. I don't know if there's anything here. I can test it just so we can see what it looks like. So slow. Gravity. Boom. People fall to their death. We have that kind of element here. Big funnel tube rides. Yeah, these are cool. Let's see. I want to see. I've not really played with these, with just rides in general or water park features in this game much at all. There is this. This is really cool. Oh, this must be what you're talking about. The bottom drops out underneath you. It's like a body slide. Let's see. Let's test it out here so you can see what I'm talking about. Boom. Yeah, literally the floor literally drops. There it is. Yeah, we definitely can do a couple of these. These are, like, pretty popular right now, I think. They're relatively newer. So, yeah, we'll definitely include one of those. Alright, let's go ahead and delete all that. So, when it comes to pools... Let's see. Yeah, these are all just, like, default ones. I'm just curious about, like, sizes. I think would be really cool, this being kind of a more like Miami. It's not based in Miami. It's Bumbly Beach, which is a fictional place. I mean, yeah, the scale on this is pretty good. We have plenty of room to do whatever we want here, just based on these. Going off of the architecture and the theming style that I was running with over here, we have a lot of Art Deco, which you see in Miami quite a bit. That's really my only frame of reference. I don't have a lot of like relevance to this art style. I think it's in Arizona too, but this whole theme is going to carry over to this side. We might do more thematic. Like we might do like a tiki kind of theme. There is like one of the base model themes in this game is like this bamboo tiki lounge kind of stuff. So I think I want to dive into that a little bit with this first park and first water park, I should say, and kind of make that the theme going through, but with the basis of this. So one thing I want to do is have a pool that would be shallower in this. So I know we can there's like different layers of depth in here, which I'm not sure I can edit. I'd have to go into pools. It doesn't really matter. Make it more of like a shallow pool rather than like a diving pool like these ones here. But, you know, do like a poolside bar is kind of what I'm thinking. So that would be really cool. We could have like the Art Deco style kind of rolling in, and yeah, I would like that quite a bit. It would make a lot of sense to kind of have that more separate from these two, like the wave pool and the lazy river. So that's one thing I definitely want to add, and we'll obviously have like a kid splash zone in here too. So plenty of different facilities to go around. I'm probably gonna have to go into a different sandbox and really mess around with slides and stuff before I start making videos. Because I mean, I'm gonna start doing time lapses right off the bat, but I mean, like I said, I've never really played with the water slide mechanisms. While I'm yapping, I'm definitely gonna include one of these. We see this in Daytona Lagoon, right on the side here. One of those racer slides, which is this one's really cool. It's tubed at first and then opens up, and then, you know, they have this protector ramp right here, which is kind of funny. Make the poolside bar as stop at the lazy river. That's a really good idea. That would make a lot of sense. How could you stop kids from going in there though? That'd be the only thing, because I don't want it's 21 and up, no children. But that could be really cool. We're having it nearby too. Or maybe there's two of them. Maybe we do too. And you know, beach towns, they like to party, man. So maybe we do two poolside bars. But anyways, this side complex right here in Daytona Lagoon, I'm gonna include one of these and kind of keep it similar right on the outskirt. I think I keep clicking Discord. I really like having something like right on the outside back of this park specifically, because I kind of think of this side of the park being more like there's no entry here. It's really redundant and kind of gross. Like it's literally just a hedge wall, which maybe I need to change. It looks pretty bad. But the whole idea is there's no access to anything on this side of the park other than right here with this service road. So I think having this being here, or on this side at least, connected from this complex, maybe going down this way, would be a really good idea. Plus, if you're higher up here, you would get a really cool view of the entire water park. So that also could be a really unique feature as well. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all I got right now. Not super in depth. It's gonna be a lot of experimenting, I think. So if you guys have any more ideas before I end the stream, I'd love to hear it. I'm taking some notes. I'm gonna keep this live stream up on the channel just for now, just to reference it. But it's probably gonna be like a 3 to 4 part series, I think, just like we're kind of dealing with over here. I might actually expand it out longer, just since I haven't ever made a water park in this game. But you know, the first episode's really just gonna cover this section right here, and then the entrance section over here. It'll probably just be time lapses of all that, and it won't be super exciting. But I don't know, maybe it will be. Maybe I'll find a way to spice it up. Last thing I want to say before I go is I have a ChatGPT generated logo here, and in fact, I'm gonna pull it up in Finder because this should be it. Yep, it's a transparent background. I don't know how I feel about this. It is very similar to the Bumbly Beach logo, which I'll see if I can pull up on my other screen here. So I took the Bumbly Beach logo and asked ChatGPT. I don't think it's on here. I think it's on my hard drive, which is connected to my Mac at the moment. I asked ChatGPT to generate a logo based off the Bumbly Beach Adventure Park logo. And I just realized I actually have access to it. Give me 1 second. So I made a very similar style, like this palm tree similar. The color scheme is all the same. It's in the form of a video, unfortunately, so I was downloading the video. By the way, I hope you're enjoying this sultry jazz. It's from Epidemic Sound, so that's really fun. Royalty-free, streamer-safe music. Good stuff. Alright, there we go. It's downloaded now. So this is the intro video, but I can just show it as a still. So you can see the art style is exactly the same. Let's do a little side-by-side comparison here. Oh no, I broke Windows. Shocker. Okay, here's a side-by-side between the two. The colors are very similar. The art style of the people are very similar. I think I really like palm tree. Basically everything but the typeface here. I think I might go through and change that, and that's a pretty easy fix. Because I want it to keep the same style of font from over here. There's also a part of me that wants to do a Tiki themed logo and just kind of take that theme and run with it and make this more, like, give it a different name and get the logo like overly themed and kind of do an, like, this is definitely where all the budget's going for the park. As a side note, while I'm kind of talking about that, let me know comments what you think of these logos, the comparisons, what you think of this logo specifically, and if you have any other names for Bumbly Beach Water Park that kind of fits that Tiki theme. And I'm kind of thinking about different Florida water parks. They have like really gimmicky names and such, so if you have any suggestions, let me know. But while we're in game here still, I want to kind of show off the floor plan here once more. But I want to go over to Bumbly Beach Adventure Park. Because I am celebrating, cheers if you got a drink, I am celebrating this park releasing, essentially. You can download it if you have Planet Coaster 2. I'm not sure if you can stream it on consoles or not, or play it on consoles. I really gotta slow down when I talk, this is crazy. I'm not sure if you can download it on consoles, I'm not sure how many pieces are in here. I'm assuming there's over 6,000 or whatever the limit is. But, I mean, I'm super happy that I was able to finally finish a project in this game. Like, I don't really count Curse of Kronos, and I'm even talking about Planet Coaster 1. I never finished a project in that game. So, the fact that I actually have something completed here just makes me so happy. I love the parking garage. This is the first thing I built, and this was the street and the parking garage. And then I went over to the entrance in this ticket booth. I actually think I built the ticket booths first. I can't remember if I did a live stream in the video or not live stream. I keep time lapse. Thank you. Doing a time lapse. But I pretty much just built all this in that first video, and then there was nothing. And eventually got around to building this go-kart with the intention of this being like essentially exclusively a go-kart park, but we have 3 go-karts, so that does still dominate the front as far as the kind of rides. But funny enough, when I started building Ace here, I had given up on the project. I had this kart, Bumbly Hills, and Bumbly Grand Prix. I had all 3 of these built. The Junior Grand Prix is the name of this one, if you were wondering. I had all 3 of these built and given up on the project, and I just started building this single rail coaster, just out of the, fun, just having fun with it. Let me get my stream back here so I can see my comments. Let's see. Bumbly Beach Luau. Bumbly B. I like that. Bumbly Beach Luau. I could work with something like that. That's pretty cool. Now, I kind of want to avoid Lagoon, because I feel like Lagoon is like Bumbly Beach Lagoon could be good, but I feel like it's kind of generic. You saying Luau makes me think of Lagoon. But back to Ace here. I had just built this ride out of boredom in the park. I didn't really have a plan for it. Nothing else was built. The path wasn't even over here. I might have footage from it somewhere. I'll have to see if I can find that. But I had built this ride and smoothed it out and everything and saved the game and didn't really come back to it. And then I realized I built this ride several months later and opened the game and kind of poked around a little bit, but didn't film any content and just kind of started building, and then put the game down for like 5 or 6 months. And I came back and didn't realize that I had this gelato shop. I mean, the restroom was already built with the gelato shop built. There was kind of a plot of land here already ready to get built. All of this was done. All this was done over here. And all I had was basically this section of the park to finish. So I added all these pathing and stuff here, and kind of just started plucking around in different parts of the park. Let's see. I think the lagoon could be the wave pool. That's a good idea. Bumbly Beach Lagoon for the wave pool. I like that. I'm gonna comment. I am not a YouTube streamer, as you can see, yet. We've had 3 viewers. Oh, we have 4 viewers now. That's exciting. Welcome to the stream, guys. We're just kind of looking at Bumbly Beach Adventure Park right now, and we planned. I'll revisit this here in a moment, just so you can kind of get an idea what's going on. But we kind of loosely planned the water park, and we're brainstorming some names for it. So if you have any ideas, that's not Bumbly Beach Water Park, let me know. So I had some rides kind of plop down when I was finishing the park, and for some reason I built that wooden coaster that the video's up. There'll be more videos on that later, but I built that and kind of just like first time playing the game in a while, and I fell in love with the game again. I was like, oh, I remember why I love this game so much. And of course it's like summertime here, so like this is usually the time I start getting like really into theme parks. The theme park bug bites me, and I just get like really excited. So I think the first thing I did was I built the station here, and then kind of just started laying out, you know, the theming for this ride, and the, what is this called? Legend of Mo? Rise. Oh, it says Rise the. Solid. That's cool. It's supposed to be Rise the Moow. Or Mo. I have no idea how to say that. That's embarrassing. I just made a whole video and put that out with that in there. Oh well, ChatGPT. I should be more thorough. But anyways, I themed this and this, all that kind of stuff, and this name kind of just came to me. I looked at Hawaiian Legends, and that was the first one that came out, so that was kind of cool. But anyways, I feel like I'm just kind of rambling at this point. I am really excited that this park is now out. You can download it, once again, you can download it on Frontier's Workshop. If you go to the video I just posted, there's a code and a URL to download that, so feel free to do that, and you can poke around, check out this backstage area, check out the other backstage areas and all that kind of stuff. So once again, we were here planning the water park. This stream's already kind of dragged on, so I'm gonna go ahead and plan to end it here shortly. But we have a little parking garage. We're gonna have an entrance here with tickets, and then we're gonna have like our bathing suit. If you need to buy anything, like any kind of shops or anything, will be right there. And then changing rooms and food will be here. We'll have a big old wave pool. We're gonna have some kind of lazy river, not sure the layout yet, that's gonna cross underneath the bridge, and then we'll have a couple side complexes going out, maybe one in here too, so we'll see. But I'm gonna call it there. Thanks for hanging out today. I've enjoyed it. It's been fun. We'll see if I do more of these in the future. I'll probably actually start doing these and start building more often, so I don't expect to have a lot of viewers. Thanks for hanging out, Tyler. You have a good night, man. I don't expect to have a ton of viewers. Just, you know, I have 400 subscribers. We'll see how the channel grows, if it grows at all. I'm just enjoying making content right now. It's just kind of an outlet for me to interact with people and to really just like show off what I'm working on in the game. So I used to post on like Planet Coaster forums, Atari forums, and all that stuff. Shy Guys World, if you remember that one from way back when. I used to post on all those when I was a kid, and I really just like miss having that outlet. So it's fun now as an adult to have this outlet again, to be able to share any creation I make. I'm just really trying to figure out how all this stuff works, really. Discord, and you know, there's like all these communities that already exist, and I feel like I'm kind of just like intruding. So like it's interesting to just like, you know, meeting people in the community and interacting with YouTubers and stuff. So I'm looking forward to getting out there more. I think building familiarity will help, and me getting to know people and vice versa will be a good thing for me to kind of just get more content out there. So I'm kind of tired of looking at this, but I am still really excited it's here. I'm looking forward to digging into this other project. And then once this is done, who knows where we'll go. We'll probably start a temperate park, a generic park, concrete jungle kind of realism park, and go from there. So, all right, I'm going to call it quits there. I appreciate y'all hanging out. I hope you have a good night. The storm passed pretty quickly here, so that bumps me out a little bit. But I'm going to go watch some jazz. I'm going to watch some live jazz in my area. So hope y'all have a good night, and I'll catch you in the next video.